And we're live with some thirsty Thursday Jupiterian energy. Home sweet home. What's up, everybody? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel. Really? Fuck off. Mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist. I kind of felt it. North American Civil. I am your messenger, God. The first child of God. I am the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you're going to see what I post on my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. I really enjoyed last night's video. Really? Yeah, we talked about the works of the Holy Ghost. I call it the Holy Spirit. I think I need to change that. Because that's what I did when I did the fast. I got so comfortable in my chair. Um, it was to get baptized in the Holy Ghost. Really? Ooh, yeah. Well, we're on day 2 or day 1 for those of you that didn't catch the memo yesterday. Keep yourself hydrated. Every time you get hungry, go to your teachings of God and fill your spirit, not your flesh. Ta-da. Yeah, I was really impressed by that. Why? Because I when I was a baby Christian learning all this stuff, I thought it was magical. It's just like it's a kid learning all these unbelievable stories of majesty. When you don't know the Bible and you've never even jumped into that shit, dude, I swear it's filled with all kinds of magic. So it was exciting to relive the magic because I mean, it was cool to be there and not just read it, not try to create it in my mind, but literally go there in my mind. That was really cool. Um, the whole prophetic message that came and what it was talking about, the upper room and all that, how the connection is just really awesome. I really enjoyed it. Make sure you catch that video last night. Let's move on. So we were talking about the light body last night. We ended on the light body. I'm gonna pull some tarot. My intentions are to see what kind of cosmic energy is messing with us right now. Because we're dealing with Metatron. When I got these cards again, 2 years ago, I didn't, these are completely going back to Steve's Love Tarot and what I said yesterday. Every card is absolutely fucking different. Every deck. This teaches us quantum. This teaches us how to identify tarot in the stars and in the planets that are moving around, meaning you know where you are. And that's important because you should have already understood the journey of tarot to begin with. We just take the journey on different paths. Now we're in the stars. Realistically, yeah, I had a download about that. In order to access your light body, you have to start up your chakras. So that explained why I did all of that, right? And I had just had experiences, going into my light body and accessing my light body. But right now, the really amazing thing that I'm dealing with right now is my angelic self. And it's like, you guys haven't even got to your spiritual self. You're still working through your mental body and your emotional body. We got a lot of work to do, guys. I'm here to help you work through it, but that's what I mean about being so far away from it. It's like I exited the mind in year 1. I became the spirit in year 2. Year 3, I was able to, you know what I mean? Access past the probably shit 5th to the 9th dimension. You know what I mean? Last summer, I got past all of that and was in the 11th dimension. And now I know for sure that I've gone into the mirror, which is the 13th dimension, which is God, where everything is a reflection of God, which is the Shekinah, which we talked about last night. So it's like trying to get people here is just so, it's not impossible because I've made the impossible possible. But think about it. Don't you want to be able to shift shape into your angelic self and then into a light body? What do you think made the monks levitate? All you know is that they could levitate during prayer and during meditation. We know that people had, you know what I mean, abilities to move things with their mind. This is all connected, but you've got to access any of God's wonders and these magics. You have to be able to get past your own thoughts. Really? Yeah. Anyway, so we were talking about all that good stuff. I'm trying to bring it all together as we go into a new teaching, which is what I don't know. There's so much of the universe that we need to bring together as one. Really? Yeah. Where are you at? Being devised. Really? I'm seeing Russ. What's up, Russ? Like, what's up, Russ? Are you watching me? Did you just tap in? Where are we at? Oh, Lord, that's a pretty cup. What is it? Oh, it's illusions. Oh, man. What's worse than the Seven of Swords? The Seven of Cups. Told you 5s and 7s are not too good in this game. Really? Mm-hmm. The difference between your imagination and God's visions. The difference between spirituality and psychosis. There is a thin line. Very thin line. How do you know the difference? Because I would say it's the self-confidence in what you're going after and why you're going after it. You have this desire or this thing that you want to do. Ask yourself what's making, like, if you believe in it and you're going after it with full certainty, then that's just your flesh hungry. Because your flesh fears the things of the spirit. Your flesh will always tell you, I don't think we can do this. I don't know if I can do this. That's crazy. That's too much. I'm not that person. I don't know if I could ever be that person. Why me? That's when the spirit chose, you know what I mean? A chosen path is a hard path that you yourself are fearful of and you don't believe you can do it. And that's where it goes back to the solar plexus. Us in our flesh, bro, I don't have what it takes. I can tell you why, you know what I mean? Looking at just the flesh, don't have what it takes. It's a spirit about you that asks you to go out of your comfort zone, to go after something that you wouldn't go after normally. And it's trying to show you why, but there's hesitance. Illusions, those are all your own desires. There's no hesitation. There's almost no stop at it. It's what your mind wants no matter what. When you're going after the things of the spirit, your mind fears it. Go talk to that girl. Whereas you've got every plan in your head to go fuck this other girl. You're like, dude, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of her. I'm gonna take her out. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. That's the mind. That's mind control, bro. Your mind's trying to paint this out. When you're walking in the unknown, it's literally the unknown. And your flesh is fearful of it. It's being brave, but it's asked to do something that it's never done. Example A, B, and C for me is my spirit is preparing me to do painting. I have absolutely no experience in that. I don't believe I can make money in it. I know why they want me to do it, but my flesh is like, yeah, this should be good. It's all negative to the calling. That's the difference between, you know what I mean, illusions and callings. Got it? If you're doing something that you've always wanted to do because this is what you've always wanted to do, and you've always had a plan of how you were doing that, that could be your dream. But if you all of a sudden, you know what I mean, have this get rich quick scheme in your head or some idea that this is going to be, you know, you're going after something easy, then that's all the flesh. The flesh wants the easy route. Really? Yeah. We'll go into this. We'll use the guidebook here. I could pull it in other ones to demonstrate, but I want to demonstrate from yesterday how every tarot reads, or every tarot deck reads differently. Okay, where'd I go to? I don't know. It's in fucking Italian. Italiano. Where are we at again? Oh yeah, 7 of Cups. Red Giant. Okay, I see that. Do you see what's in the cups? All kinds of, you know what I mean? Stuff. I see the devil. I see a butterfly. I see toxicity. Really? I see Saturn. I don't know what that is. And that's probably why he made me get those cards. Okay. A red giant looks colorful and impressive, but it's actually a dying star. The dramatic clouds of red dust hide a collapsing core that has run out of fuel. See what I mean? It's an illusion. What does this mean for me? My fucking twin flame relationship with Bobby. I can't even find a reason to ever. Realistically, it's over. The star size is an illusion. The illusion is the heart of the 7 of Cups. This is the card of dreams, imaginations, and fantasies. Our creative minds and what's happening. Saturn and Neptune, right? Isn't that what you said, Steve? Saturn and Neptune. Neptune is the fucking planet of illusions. Really? And dreams. This is the card of dreams, imagination, and fantasy. Our creative mind can conjure many visions and possibilities, but we struggle to distinguish between real inspiration and delusion born of longing or fear. And that's what it was. I longed for this relationship. I never knew what it was going to take, how it would look, nothing. I just wanted it. And then I finally started to break it down and I started to put the pieces together. And that's what happens. You realize this is not what I want. I mean, it is what I want, but you can't be what I wanted in this picture. And yeah, it always starts with him. It always did. Why him? I don't fucking know. Don't get me fucking started on that shit. But the longing came from him and it made me go hard for the rest of these years. I'd always come to the same conclusion that there was no hope with us. He's just going to bomb out all the time. And that was fine. But I would shut down, over and over for some time, but I would always open up to, again, a new possibility. He started the possibilities. Even there was no possibility with this motherfucker. Sorry. Every time I got around him, I got hopeful about a happy family again. Through him, I became hopeful. But then the more I realized that I can't have that from him, it didn't break my spirit, but it was necessary that he built it up to that place where I wanted something outside of me that I never wanted before. And because it was so impossible, I saw how far I would go for something that I did want. Really? And I had to break my ego to do this because I promise you, before him, this I didn't want anything that you can see why. I had given up on men and relationships 1,000 billion%. I had a dream world where my kids would get to this age and older and I would be able to travel and do all kinds of things. It was never foreseen in my future. I'd given up that vision. It was just me against the world. I didn't see children. I didn't see immediate grandchildren. I didn't see a boyfriend, a lover, me having sex with someone. None of that. Remember, though, I was damaged. I was afraid of men. I hated men. I had sexual trauma. I didn't want any of that. And then all of a sudden I go berserk and everything about me changes by looking at this person. I promise you. And I hated it. But at the same time, it's like, if he didn't start this, I would have never started believing in people like and that's where it was, is like, dude, I knew what I wanted right away then. I really did want this. I just gave up on it. And it took a lot of work, but this is where I am. The healed version of me still wants what it wants, but now it knows exactly what it wants. When I didn't even know what I wanted, I didn't even know why I wanted this. I denied it, all of it. I tried to. Though you know what I mean? And that's kind of where it goes back. I could say the same thing about my marriage. It took me so far, but it wasn't going to take me to all the way. These relationships, I learned so much about myself and what it takes to be in a relationship with another person based on, you know what I mean, my attempts to be in a relationship with you. Even though it didn't work, if there's, for obvious reasons, I didn't, or you didn't have what it takes to be in we didn't have what it takes to come into a relationship together. That doesn't mean there wasn't love there that wanted it, but it's just there are barriers and things that can't make this come to be. But you look at the bigger picture of everything that you learned you know, and discovered and experienced with these particular relationships. As funny as it sounds, going back to someone like Ali, I can see Ali, that was very special to me. Just as special as what I have with Marshall. What? Just the safe feeling there. I didn't have to be, and then I could take off my skin over there. I could take off my armor and be weak and vulnerable over there. I could do the same thing with Marshall, but not so much. I didn't want to be, it came in time, but I didn't feel comfortable being weak, being vulnerable, being hurt. Really? No, it was more like a shame. I could go to him with my shame, but not that, not the crying. Try to keep that together. And that's where it is. It's like these relationships, I realized what the 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 characteristics of what somebody does get out of a relationship. I got special pieces out of each of these relationships. Each of them, you know what I mean? I got to see this, the miracles of why people are even in relationships, these connections. Realistically, yeah. It's it's a freeness to be yourself with someone else that gets you. Now you got to understand there's so many layers to my being that, Marshall gets me at a certain level. Logic gets me at a certain level. Bobby gets me at a certain level. And it doesn't mean at face value. It means they connect with a certain part of my being where others don't. I'm looking for someone that can understand all the layers of my being and be able to be flexible as, you know what I mean? I integrate all those layers of my past and the present and what I'm developing into the future. Really? You ready to see me fly? It starts in the mind. I start seeing how this happens. I start seeing how I can take my body and transform it into my angelic self. That's terrifying, isn't it, though? I told you how big I was. Really? I told you that God said it would be unsafe, but after the resurrection is done, I could do whatever the fuck I want after that. Really? Oh yeah. And it might be that gets me killed. It's not impossible. You live in a 3D reality where you think the constructs of everything are so solid. And that's why we're talking about quantum tarot right now in physics. I just want to point out my daughter said that she's so fucking intelligent. She said they wanted to give me physics or biochem, AP biochem. And I was like, I went with physics. I was like, you're going to need that. At least you don't have to take that shit in college. She said that. And then she said, I signed up for a photography class, but they put me in the AP journalism, school journalism program and something about my public speaking. So I was like, geez, this girl is going to be a president of somebody's country. Ours, I don't know. You better hope not. Just kidding. She'd be great. She said, calm down. She's fucking snapping at me first thing in the fucking morning. I'll shave your head too. Just kidding. Scalp your ass. Just kidding. All right, I'm just saying the illusions of the Seven Cups. This card is the dream. Our creative minds can conjure many visions and possibilities, but we struggle to distinguish between real inspiration and delusion born of longing and fear. I always wanted. That's what it was. I woke up with this longing for this guy. Why? I don't know. I was dormant. It was hidden. I mean, I know why. That's what I said from the first day when I discovered. I was like, dude, I wasn't in love with you. It was scary to me. I couldn't believe it. And I call him, tell him, I found out I was in love with you. Must have been scary. I thought it was I was. No, bro. That feeling was still inside of me. And it sucked. Long for him. Why? Why? I asked God, I asked myself, I asked him, I asked a therapist, I asked Tree, I asked anybody. I sit and ask Pac. Actually, I never asked Pac about the fuck. We never talk about any of that shit. No, it's like he doesn't exist in that area, except for he didn't like Russ. He was very obvious about not liking Russ. I don't feel like he feels the same way because you're not the same dude. But whatever you was doing, bro, he hated you for it. He talked so much shit to Russ. That was funny. Realistically, nah. After the blowjob, he was making jokes. He's like, you could do better. And I was like, that's not funny. I didn't know what I was doing. Well, I mean, it was just subconscious at that point. I guess I could. Who knows what I can do? You're Nate Dogg. Shut up. Come on, guys. Fucking Seven of Cups. Anyways, the challenge of the Seven of Cups is to distinguish our vision if our vision is true and clear. Hey, Lewis, let me wipe off your visor there, your rose-colored glasses, and pull your eyes out of your head and ask you, what the fuck are you doing with Kim Kardashian? All right, how many of us are fucking in cuckoo land with some fucking cuckoo? Oh, bro, we're trying to build families with, the wrong family. We're not supposed to be. There was nothing wrong with Ellie. You could say our age, but that really wasn't it. I'm pretty much just as immature, and he could teach me how to play video games just as well. That wasn't it. You know what was wrong? Cultural differences. Never rejected Ellie. I ran away from Ellie for cultural differences. We live in two very different worlds. He lives in the real world. I live in the 5D and above. Really? Yes. In his real world, and we're talking about religion, it's religious. It's not even cultural, bro. The religious indifference between what he was raised and his family and his culture is why. Really? Hey, do you know what they did to us last time? Don't tell him. Wasn't a good thing. I think I remember getting eaten by dogs and getting thrown out of a window and all kinds of. No, we're not doing this. Fuck your fucking family. Realistically, it's not their fault. They believe in God. They just don't know how big God is. Maybe they'll like me when I have wings. Again, they will not see me as angelic. Why? Because they're not white? Shut up, dude. That's how they demonize me. Really? Yes. How did I ascend from the fucking... I'm telling you, it was the light body. Really? But you can't just stay in the light body. So then eventually I did this. They painted Lilith with wings and horns. Am I growing horns? I don't feel like anything's coming through right there, but we're good there. But realistically, yes. And I had fangs. I still haven't had my baby fangs fucking pulled down yet. I made jokes about it. I was like, dude, you guys are going to be in trouble once these fucking baby teeth come out. Really? Maybe they come out when I'm 70. Who knows? Seriously? No, bro. I'm serious. It's parallel universes. We're reliving time. Well, it's the end of time, so there's some little changes in how it works. But I promise you, this has already happened. Really? I saw it before I got here. I got to know what I'm getting into before I got here. Realistically, I was already done. We go back in time. Really? To live what you call is the future. I mean, we already did this. Do you remember doing this? Oh, that moment of deja vu. I've been here before. Yeah, bro. You know how many times we did it so that we can master it this time? Really? They call it millennias, but how many years is that really, though? Light years away, so it really is. All right. 7 of Cups. We're facing your illusions and confusions and pathetic delusions. We're delusional. We want things our way. We think that anything can happen. What the fuck? As much as I look at myself as like, you're an idiot. No, I look at fucking Lewis as an idiot. Yeah, 4 of Swords. Damn. That's where I knew we were. I knew it for sure. Why? Because I'm still in my pajamas. Can't tell. Nobody ever knows what I'm wearing because I put on freaking sweat clothes and stuff over my clothes. Really? Nobody never knows. I don't know what I'm fucking doing. Really? What is it? 4 of Swords. I knew it was a seclusion, either a hermit. I knew we were going to get that. We got the 8 of Cups before that. I knew it was that. I was expecting the High Priestess, to be honest. Why? I don't know. It was a close down. It was a feminine energy. We got to sit and deal with our thoughts and feelings today. Do you feel actionable? I didn't feel it. Really? No. I'm getting a little angry about paperwork, but then I always remember that the paperwork is in the computer and God always fucks with my computer systems. Really? True story. Let's move on. What is that? 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords is talking about rest, retreat. It's probably the moon. Is it this? Hey, look at the moon. No, it can't be because we just have a new moon. It can't be that moon. Maybe it is the High Priestess moon. I believe it is. That's why I thought it was the High Priestess card. Really? It's the crescent moon. Is that what you guys seen out there? Go look. No death. 2 cups, swords. Here we go. 4. Neutrons. That's what we need. Neutrons are particles with little mass and no electricity charge that rarely interact with other particles. That's me. I have no electricity charge and I rarely act with others. They pass through the earth all the time without us even noticing. That's me. I go unseen. The unreactive, laid-back neutrio characteristics, the restful quality of the 4 of Swords. Here, the stable energy of the 4 has a quiet effect upon the mental energy of the Swords. This is a time of reflection, quiet contemplation, and meditation. Really? I need to chill. Why? Because tomorrow's fucking shadow work. My life is picking up real fast. I've been trying to drag my feet, but mostly God is just pulling me by the hair, making me carry my cross and all that. Realistically, hey, bro, seriously, today, all I got to do is get a hold, and I really just got to give in. I told you I'm just going to pay the man. I got to get my last tax form, and I got to go file taxes because there's a lot of money to be had, and I'm bullshitting on that shit. It takes time. And whatever. So I'm supposed to do that. These other people are pissing me off with the form, and all I need is a couple of forms, and then I can say that I did what I was supposed to do today. Really, tomorrow I have an appointment and then shadow work, which could hit by tonight, and I would prefer that so it doesn't fuck up our weekends. Realistically, and then I'm getting really close, so I need to sit down and quit fucking around. I told my daughter about my intentions on how to furnish the house. She was not pleased by it. She said she wants her room to be black. It's like that's probably what you will want is a solid color when I am going all colorful in the house. It's my house. I'm gonna fucking do what I want. Really? Now I'm doing what God said, actually. Going back to this. Contemplation and meditation. Yeah, I gotta make a plan and start planning my getaway. Really? I'm supposed to move on the 1st. What's today? The 20th? The 19th? That gives me like what? 9 days? Because there's only 28 days. And there's a cosmic alignment. There's a whole planetary parade on the 28th. They're all celebrating this. We're going to be blasted with energy. Then you get that goofy ass fucking blood moon. Hey, I'll have a place to do my own moon ceremony. Oh, that's going to be nice. I have a new life. It's a little scary. Really? I haven't stepped into it yet. I haven't fully. That's what I mean. I'm dragging my feet. Right now, I'm going to crawl in my bed. Seriously, that's what it said. You have to learn how to go with the flow. Really? That's what shit we've been talking about since the beginning. All right, what's the outcome if we sit around doing fucking nothing? Infinity. Whoa, bro, I don't know if I've ever pulled the infinity card. That's the fucking sign. I didn't know that's not. That's beautiful. You see it as a whole disco ball? You can dance. You can dance. Having the time of your life. Why that song? I don't know. That was a disco song for sure. Could have came out any disco song at that time. I was thinking, pull some Michael Jackson. Really? Let's talk about this card. Fucking A. I read it in the, introduction, but it's the universe. I thought it was infinity. The universe was created about 15 billion years ago. How old are you? 15 billion? Is that how old I am? I'm 15 billion years old. I need to grow up a little bit, don't you think? Hey, I got that download when I was driving today. Wolfman, you're too stern to have a child like me around you. You need more compassion, more understanding. I understand that you never have been around children, but I'm a child of God. And in order to have children, and you have to learn how to, deal with people. And you've never dealt with someone like me. Really? No, you're too strict. You need to have some more compassion. You need some Jesus juice, bro. Not everything is about commanding and forcefulness and following rules and structure and shit. I want to be a little anal. Can you have some fun? Can you loosen your belt a little bit, or you're gonna spank someone? Just feel like you're always like, I just had that. Really, you're a little too rough around the edges. Soften up a bit. Seriously, I mean, everybody else knows how to handle me with care, understanding. I'm dealing with a female Kanye. She can go off at any moment, and she's going to Eminem me. Oh, fucking cut you! What the fuck? Just kidding. The universe was actually. You can ask Bobby. I just run away and start crying real quick. The universe was created about 15 billion years ago in a huge explosion known as the Big Bang. The four fundamental forces of all particles and matter were created in first few moments after the bang. Really? In the blink of an eye is how he did it, and that's all it is. You close your eyes, you think of it, and you see it. That's how Metatron works, bro. I told you it's goofy as fuck. I feel like Metatron created this. Are you the true God behind all gods? I feel like you're doing a lot more than most gods do up there. Really? He's playing around with all that light. He brings light. I don't know, man. in the hierarchy of heaven and the powers given by all beings, this dude, bro, they call him, you know what I mean, the container of the universe. But holy moly, for real though, that's what I mean. Really, he rules over the universe, what's out there, and everything in here, from the highest to the lowest. Really? No, which is God, of course. God put himself in the form of this angel. He put himself in pieces, and that's what the universe is, pieces of God. What is God? I told you, nothing but light. He's everything with no form and everything that has form. Really? Whenever you see, like, I always see this image where we're, it's always the same fucking place that we go to. And when I walk in, you know what I mean, the fallen, we all walk up and they're all, in rows of clouds. Maybe, I don't know. It's not really, I could see why they painted them as angels in clouds. I could see that. But they all gather around what? The light. It's not the sun, it's the light. That is God. We praise the light. It's not, Jesus is right there next to the light. All of them, the ascending masters, are right next to the light in their form. But he is the light that lights up all of us. And that's the Big Bang. The four fundamental forces of all particles and matter were created in the first moments after the bang, but it took millions of years for galaxies and stars to form. And that's what I told you Metatron shows. He pulls together colors and shapes and like numbers, and it takes a while to put together into something, a form. You're like, oh, that's what you were trying to show me. And that's what I'm going to show you with these cards, the sacred geometry. That's how he was talking to me. And matter of fact, you see that card? He was talking to me in shapes that I never really knew. I was seeing things come into a picture. And that's why I said it was like an acid trip, a kaleidoscope. That's how things take form, by little pieces. You take a lot of little pieces and you put it together, and then it takes a form and you can mold that form. That's alchemy. That's creating something from nothing based on nothing more than a thought. Really? But you don't have all the pieces. And that's what I said yesterday with my art. All they showed me at first, and that goes back to my car, it's one little piece. It's like, you know how when they have to verify your identity and they're like, pick the picture that has a tire in it. So you have to pick all the pieces that have a partial tire, but you still don't know what that picture is. So I got a vision of me doing art. I saw the art board, the painting board, and I saw the blanket underneath. That's what I saw. I didn't see anything else. So that was only a piece to the picture. And I saw that it was in a corner of my room, and then there was a desk where I had my actual altar and do all my teachings. Really? Mm-hmm. I see, you know what I mean? I have to wait till this picture comes into play. You know what I mean? I can only see pieces of it, and we wait till the pieces make the picture, and then we know what we're doing. And in some cases, once it's made the picture, you go to a new page. It's like all of that work just to learn that little lesson. Yep, let's move on to a plain picture. Picture me rolling. Really? The universe is still expanding, pushed on by the distant aftershock of this moment of creation. The universe card is like the world card, only it asks us to expand our awareness still further. It requires a paradigm shift of our thinking. I told you this happened to me yesterday. A realization that my stomach's starting to burn. Ugh. A realization that the reality we perceived is but a tiny component of all that is. That goes back to the movie The Matrix. The kid is sitting right there and he's moving the spoon. And Neo sits down and he's like, first you have to realize the spoon isn't even there. It's not even real. Once you realize it's not real, you can command it to do what you want it to do. Your brain tells you you cannot lift this car. If your spirit, and this is where you don't fuck with your brain, you don't brainwash it to do some shit it can't do. If your spirit says, I'm going to lift this car, your brain may question it, but your spirit can do it. And that's where people have done unbelievable things. Why? Because they believed they could do it. You look at something as it's immovable, and that's called 3D, three-dimensional. It cannot move in dimensions. It is solid. It is a solid form. I guess I'm going to have to teach you the dimensions. It's only 3 dimensions, three-dimensional through your eyes. Really? This goes back to levitation, or what you think your body can and cannot do. Really? As well as other things. It's only in your mind that this spoon is steel and cannot move. But if you see the spoon as something else than a spoon, then you can move the spoon. If you see the spoon as a feather, then you can watch it do that. And that's where you create your own reality. People do it all the time, but it's limited to what they believe is in front of them. It's a matrix of your mind. Really? It can be anything. But you believe that it's only one thing. Meaning, you don't believe that the body can levitate. So your body will never levitate. You don't believe in the unseen, so you will never see it. I don't know, even if you don't believe in aliens, you might still see them. And that's where you can have something happening. You can see someone cheating right in front of you and say, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Your mind has difficulty changing what it thinks, what it knows. Really? It's called an ego death. It's a shift of perception. It's like, I thought this way. This was my way of thinking. It was so solid. This is what I thought life was. This is what I thought this relationship was. This is what I thought things were. Until you realize that was an illusion of your mind, something you wanted it to be, or something that you created out of fear. Really? I say it all the time. We have to live in this reality because it's the context of what man has created for us. But quite easily we can destroy this and create out of our minds a new reality. We let God take down all these buildings. We let him wipe out all this shit as he said he was going to do in the end days. He takes out this reality. No more high structures, no more rich people in California, no more this, no more that. It'll be nothing but fresh land, destroyed, demolished, and that's where we come as the cleaners. All the people die, all the bad people, all of the structures, all the hierarchy, down to the computer system itself goes down. He takes out the satellites. So now we have no more. We're back in the dirt, as he anticipated, dependent on him alone. Only those that know the Holy Spirit and are guided back to their survival will be able to survive this new world. You're like, how does this all happen? The end of the world, World War III that we're about to go into. Yeah, all countries go into war, and it's like they're just dropping bombs. It's terrible to watch them do it in another country, but just wait. Realistically, oh man, just wait. And those of us, what do? Well, people have been planning this forever. They bought bunkers and they've got fucking, stowaways, and they bought all their guns and they're ready to fucking fight the Americans or anybody. Those ones, that's great and all. God, what will he do? He'll hide us probably in some fucking cave like cavemen or some shit, some luscious place with waterfalls and food and shit. Really? I mean, we are protected. But no, they'll fend for themselves. We'll come out when it's all done and it'll just be rubble. Everybody will be dead. Really? I assure you that. They'll tear each other apart, standing up for what they believe in. And that's what goes to war. They all have these beliefs that they are superior to the other person, and they will fight till the dying day to prove this belief. It'll happen here in America. They'll go against each other and their beliefs. It'll spread. We can't contain it here, but it's not even that. Once we're weak, our defenses are down, and now everybody that's always had a problem with America is coming after America. Really? Oh yeah, it's a great time to be American. Make sure you wave that flag. Is it the Confederate one? Which one are we waving? I'm gonna wave the LGBTQ. Doesn't really matter. Fucking Lewis is over there fucking waving a British flag. It all goes down. Yeah, and then they try to build this one currency, and they try to build this one one union and one this, one nation under God and all this shit, one religion and all that. Yeah, it's pretty great. Realistically, we don't have nothing to do with that weird shit. It's them and their fucking beliefs that they want to hold on to the old world instead of letting God create the new one. Are you one of those douchebag people? Well, hey, keep holding on to the dying world. What was that? The dying star? Hmm. All right, let me get out of the prophetic dreams and just tell you what this means. Today, you have to face your illusions, which means you have to sit down and meditate and really think about all this shit. You have to let things come to an end. The world card, again, is endings and new beginnings. The second you let this go, something new will evolve in your head. That's space. You have this fucking mentality, right? You have this belief system, this idea, right? So everything I believed about Bobby is slowly washed away. It doesn't take away the belief in men, though. So what, by the time when he's washed away by my emotions and by the air, which is my intellect, takes him away out of my sand, which is my earth, right? This is all your own elements as we go through this. What happens is the tide pulls it out, but the tide pushes in something else. And that's what I mean. You can work your hardest to get rid of something, but you're going to attract that very something. So even though this is being pulled away, God closes one door only to open another. But he's got to pull away that, you know what I mean? That salty water to put down, fresh water. And we talked about that in Jesus. We were talking about fasting. It's like you can't put new wine in old wine bags. And that's what we're doing right now. We are fasting everything out of us. You know what I mean? Internally, we are letting go of the old us so that God can put in a new spirit within us, which is his spirit. Really? Yeah. Get excited for about the bullshit. And again, I'm not starving again. It just comes in waves. Really? Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to, I got a bunch of coconut water. I got cranberry juice. I don't like Powerade, so I mean those Vita waters. So I tried some of the body armors. They looked like they had better juices. It tastes like fucking water. Really? Yeah, stuff like that. Last night I wanted something thick, so I had a hot chocolate, a hazelnut hot chocolate. Really? We can do this. Really? Day 2. Let's get through it. So we're gonna do this is what you're supposed to be working on, or at least what's hanging over you. It just means that it's out there. If you don't catch on to it, well, then tomorrow's another day. Just sit in your, and that's what it means is people are cut off. They don't feel this. They don't feel this. People don't, you know what I mean? The people that are asleep in the matrix, they have no idea why you know what I mean? They don't know why they feel lazy today. They have no idea why they feel tired and they just want to lay in bed. I do, but they don't. And that's because God gives us the knowing. The knowing is just to give you comfort. Doesn't make me feel any better that I'm lazy and I don't want to get up and do anything today. But I knew it when I came through. I was like, I already knew. I was going to say that when I came in. I was like, we're in a fucking feminine ass energy, bitch ass energy. Really? Well, and that's because maybe we took too much action or we're reflecting because, during that is just a recharge. Oh, God, I remember I spilled tea on these. Oh, no. Do you know what that sound is? That's the sound of destruction. Oh, no. I forgot about this. Hold on. Let me tear them apart and see if if we can salvage them. Really? You did that? I did. It was the first time I've ever spilled tea on my shit. First time I ever spilled a drink on my shit. It's the first time for everything. I don't think they're fucked. I think they're just sticky. Meaning I ripped off the picture. Picture me rolling. I'm not. Do you guys get mad? I don't get mad. I might get sad about some things, like when my jewelry breaks or something, or I lose something. I don't really lose things too often, thank goodness. But I don't really get mad. I get sad. Like, oh, that was sad. I really like that. All right, these are pretty fucked off too. I know what it is. That helps me know. No, I don't think they're good. They're just sticky. Really? If anything, they're blessed in mint tea. I don't even remember what I was drinking when I did it. Why? Because in that cup, I don't use a lid. I told you I have OCD, All right, let me shuffle these guys, and we'll see what Metatron wants to tell us. Told me to clean my cards is what I think. Wait, I think there's some more that are stuck. Yeah, there's 2 more that are stuck, which is the Kabbalah and the Tetrahedron. All right, try again. Okay, it fell out. High tide. That was easy enough. That's a pretty picture. Have you ever pulled that picture? No, but I watched Bob Ross paint something similar to it 2 days ago. Dude, his imagination. I love it, dude. That's like Stan Lee, bro. Seriously? He's like, and we're gonna do a little something something and a little something something and a little something something. Let's do a little something something then. That's a pretty picture, don't you think? It was like Ireland. I'm getting an Ireland feel off that. Ireland. Who's Ireland? High tide, number 27. I went to June Companions. On 34. What are we talking about? 27. Went too far. Went to the chocolates. Not that far. Quit flying through the book. All right. Dynamic action. Okay, hold on. That doesn't mean. Hold on. This card is filled with golden spirals. It depicts the energy of experiencing nature at particularly dynamic and exciting moment. The incredible force of nature. There's this place in San Diego called well, it's pretty famous. They call it Sunset Cliffs, but I don't go over to the cliffs. I go in through OB before the cliffs become all fucking terrorizing. And there's a cove in there, and it was my favorite place, and it looks something like this. No, it doesn't have trees and shit like that, but it's a pretty cool cove. Really? Mm-hmm. You were asked to become a wait, what? The incredible forces of nature are our constant companions, both externally as wind, tide, storm, and internally as emotional upheaval and calm. You are asked to become aware of the reality of dynamic forces working in your life. You are not powerless in the face of events. You are not a victim to what God is doing out there. Bro, He's going to make it really hard for people. We're going through really dark times ahead. Do you guys have this fucking imaginary belief that our fucking government and everything's going to be okay? You're fucking imagining. The fuck is your problem? Do you even think he's leaving office in a couple years? Do you still have that belief? Dude, the guy's here for an extended stay. This is about to get real ugly. And last I checked, we're on another fucking government shutdown. Which happens every time I go to do my taxes. If you don't quit fucking around, the only thing you're supposed to be doing is paying the people. Fucking big orange. Anyways, you are not powerless in the face of events. You need not wait for the winds of fate to blow on you to blow you onto the next phase of your life. Learn to utilize the spiral vortex and volcanic eruptions that are part of your emotional experience. That's it, dude. Learn to work with the fire and the explosions that are happening. Hey, I didn't know what was happening to me the other day when I went on a whole dick fit until 2 days later I pick a card that says this is erection or a penis erect. I was like, well, that explains it all. I don't persecute myself for going with my feelings. I have no idea where they're coming from, but I'm going with them because they came in and we're going to ride this wave wherever it takes us. That's what it is. Nobody knew why I was going crazy over fucking limp dick shit for 2 days. I didn't even understand it myself, but it was built up in me. And then it came out in the cards yesterday. Did you guys see that? It was called the horned energy. It was literally in there and it said an erect penis. I was like, see? Really? It's funny, but I'm just saying, is like, you just go with it. I don't know why I said that. That goes back to the night before. Why did I curse that fucking dude? I didn't curse him. I did something to him. I don't know why. I just went with it. And I questioned. I was like, oh, well, something dark happened. I guess we're in the dark. Let's go in the dark. And that's just going with it, not persecuting yourself for having feelings that are less than beautiful. And that's where I'm going back to Wolfman. Hey, bro, you could see why they called me bipolar, but there's far more layers to this bullshit. The cool thing is I'm in control. It may not look like it on the outside, but free flowing like that is what you need to be. It doesn't always look pleasing to people when you step into your power, which is your emotions, when you raise your voice. I did it to my daughter this morning. I was having a weird night's sleep. I was up at 4, I was up at 5. I was like, fuck that. Then 6:30 went off and I just didn't want to. And I'm like, Melia, get up. And then she, I'm waiting for her. I hear her come into the room. I'm like, I folded all your clothes and I put them over there. It's like, your clothes are over there. I folded them. Anything you need is over there. She's like, I fucking heard you. Or she might not have said fucking, but she's like, I heard you. And I snapped on her. I was like, don't. I don't want to wake up to someone being mean to me when all I'm trying to do is be nice. I was just being nice to you. And if that's the case, I shouldn't even wash them yesterday because you're the one that needed clothes. So, and secondly, you could walk your ass to school. Why do I got to be nice to someone that just wants to be mean to me? You're just being a bully all the time. Really? I stood up for myself while I laid there in bed. Like, you're not going to be a dick to me. I'm trying to be nice to you. Don't smart off to me. Then I went outside and it was cold. I was like, fucking walk the dog and I'll heat up the car. Really? Yes. And then I looked in the mirror and I had this bloody eye, like someone punched me in the face. I was like, what the fuck is that? Really? True story. What did they say? I don't know. She Googled it. It's like, look at this. What happened? I do remember hitting my face yesterday, I think on my car door. Maybe it was my eye. Really? Yeah, I was doing laundry and I kind of snapped it. So maybe I hit my eye on the car door. But anyways, I had a blood vessel bust in my eye this morning. But that's it. It's like, I'm not going to feel bad because I stood up for myself because I told you to be fucking nice and quit being a bitch to me in the morning. Fucking shit. And then my son hears it. He sure as hell ain't going to fuck around. He hears us going. He'll be there quiet like. And then he gets up, jumps in the shower, makes the bed. Fucking 30 minutes before he's ever supposed to get up. It's like, oh, fucking Joan of Arc. I'll fucking scalp you, fuckhead. Seriously? Sometimes, bro. It's got to be okay for you to not be fucking pleasing all the fucking time. And that's why, again, someone like Ali, you're going to be astonished if I wake up mean. I am very mean. Stay away from me. And that's all I can tell you. I can feel it. Stay away from me. That's it. Don't try to smooth it out, bro. I'm telling you, that's your protection. Stay away from me. I'll work on this. I realize that there's something in me that I'm filled with energy and I need to figure out what it is before I take it out on you. I'm pretty good at it. Unless it comes out on you and I didn't, I might apologize if it wasn't meant to be, but I need some minutes to understand where this came from. I don't persecute my emotions. They come from a real fucking place. It's my job to filter them, but I got to first understand what's causing this. Yeah, and that's it. Can't deal with me, then don't deal with me. You're not going to persecute me for going through emotional ups and downs. What'd you call me? Emotionally mushy. At least I'm emotionally available. And that's why I can't deal with people that don't deal with their emotions. Hey, mine are all kinds of gross, but at least I deal with them all day. Really? I have feelings, a whole bunch of them. They're not all great. They're not all great. There's a billion different feelings that a person can feel from time to time. And from being numb my whole life, experiencing them is extremely new and suspenseful and overwhelming. I've never felt this way before. I'm not sure how to feel. I'm not sure how to feel. That's it. I can't force myself not to feel this way. I just need to understand what this feeling is and, bring peace to it so that I don't feel that way. Really? Learn to utilize the spiraling vortex and the volcanic eruptions that are part of your emotional experience. By using your intuition and intention, learning to harness their power to aid you in action towards your dreams and life goals. There are times for quiet contemplation and there are times for dynamic action. Listen carefully to your emotional body and its responses to decisions you are making or those that seem to thrust upon you. If it feels right, it probably is. If not, use your ability to avert disaster and leave or refuse to take part in the event. Above all, trust yourself. And that's it this morning. I felt it in myself. I didn't feel any fire. I didn't feel any action. I didn't see anything. I felt that I was just supposed to stay still and relax. And you could say that since I started my morning. I didn't want to start it. I didn't feel the desire to jump up and I just poured coffee. I didn't even start with coffee. I didn't want to start my day like that. No? And that's because I was full of so much yesterday. I was like a burnout, bro. Really? Mm-hmm. Really? I mean, the fucking solar and all that shit. Yup, I was burnt. On page 69, reversed. The intensity of the situation leaves you feeling as though you have been knocked down. You may feel out of control in a number of areas. And that's it too. I couldn't ground. Last night I couldn't pull myself out of that experience of the Bible. I was stuck in it. I couldn't pull back and just close the book. It wasn't in the book anymore. I was stuck there. Really? I was having a hard time grounding myself, coming back to my reality. Gather your courage and confront the imbalance. Pick yourself up and take control of the situation and regain balance in your life. Things are not out of control, but first off, they're not in your control. The only thing that's in your control is how you feel about what's going on outside of you. You can, to some extent, I don't. I'm like sitting here, no, I have no control. I can put out my intentions, my best wishes, my prayers, and I can take, some action, but I can't force anything. Really? I can call right now and I can see what the fuck is going on with this letter of termination that I've been asking for 3, 4 days. That's all I can do. Now, if she says she doesn't have it, or what can I do? I can guilt her. I can come at her very demeaning and, you know what I mean, forceful. Well, you should do this and this is your fucking job. And why can't you just do your fucking job? It's your fucking job. Could I come at her all forceful because I need what I need and this is what I need and you need to fucking do what I need right fucking now? Okay. Secondly, same thing with my fucking taxes. What is it? They were supposed to send me a paper copy. If not, then I have no choice but to spend $12 and pay for a downloadable copy. So since I haven't got my paper copy, am I going to be impatient and go waste the $12, which I got it? I'm funny about shit, so I have to fucking put it on a certain card. I'm not giving nobody my card, so I use Cash App for that stupid shit. So am I really going to work this hard just to have this paper downloaded in my file right now? And that's what I was thinking about today is like, do I really want to apply myself to anything I need to do today? And do I have to be forceful? Do I have to take action in what I need today? And that's where it is how much action and what would that action be? What's the big deal if I go do all this? Then I get my freaking tax forms. Does that mean I'm ready to run and go do taxes right now? No. That just means I'm prepared. Why prepare today when you're not ready today? Something like that. It's just you got to understand when you feel it and when you don't. And that's where it is like I get a wild hair up my ass. It's like now's the time. But that's when I know when to go. It's because I'm guided by the spirit. Again, going back to my laundry. Like I'll do it when I'm guided to do it. I'll talk about doing it for a long time. I'll bitch about doing it. I want to do it, do it, do it, do it. And then he'll say, do it. And it's the easiest time. When I do it when he says, then it's the right time. But just trying to have control of time and get things done on time and make things go my way is a waste of a fucking day. Really? Being too action driven is just making you idle. Let's go back to Bahrain. They're out there training on their cars, right? They believe that the more time they spend with the car, this is funny to me. The more time they spend riding it around, the more they'll, more experience or more practice they get, right? So they're trying to utilize their time to be out on laps. Guys, that's bullshit. They're not utilizing time. It really shouldn't be all about, I need more and more time. It's what you do in that time. You should be after, you know what I mean? It shouldn't take you 20 fucking laps. But that's what it is. And realistically, they're training on unrealistic conditions. Their practice is going to be nothing like the actual race. So they're just wasting time. They're fidgeting with the car. They're not going to know for sure. They're trying to prepare the car for what they don't know. These aren't the same. Let me explain to it. They all go and they're training their cars. They're test driving their cars, right? That's what Lewis is doing. So yesterday, Lando got the highest time, and Lewis was only out there for like 5 laps. Okay, but those 5 laps were more important than Lando pushing the gas further and further and further and further. Because realistically, it doesn't matter what time he did on that fucking lap. They're going to a new fucking ground on a new car with new drivers. And they cannot predict the weather and how this new car will act. They're trying to use the data of this to predict a completely different game. What a waste of time. You're not going to know what this car is going to do in the next and at the next place until you put it there. And all of this is bullshit because they're playing gentleman games on the track. Nobody wants to break these cars. Nobody's pushing the limits of these cars. So when you get to the track and you're pushing the limits and you're fighting, these cars are going to go into shreds. First corner. We're going to lose like 5 of these bitches. You're wasting time, energy, all that. You did all this work in Bahrain to get ready for this fucking race in a couple of weeks. and 5 of you are out in the first corner. What a waste of time. That's paid hours, unless they're on salary. I don't know how this works. Pretty much, probably. But I'm just saying, that's a waste. Really? It's a waste of fuel. It's a waste of all of that. Now, you could look at Lewis's thing. They realized they had a huge problem. So now they're going to fix the problem. Ferrari's going to fix the problem, as if that is always the same. So now they're going to change everything about the car and give him a brand new setup when he gets to the race. Okay, here's a brand new car he hasn't tested. And you expect him to win the race because it's Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is in a brand new car with a brand new engine and a brand new this and a brand new day with brand new drivers. And he's going to win because he's Lewis Hamilton. Bro, the odds are against you. Realistically, completely. The odds are against Ferrari to begin with, but especially you. This has to do with your own lessons to be learned, your own attraction rates. Realistically, may the odds be forever in your favor. They're not. The odds are against you. But that's what I mean. It's like, what's the point of doing all of that? Lewis thinks if he sits there and stares at the fucking, you know what I mean? Simulations, which is nothing more than stimulation to give him confidence for what he still has no control of when he hits the fucking track. Today's price is not tomorrow's price. Whatever Lando got in Bahrain as his time yesterday is not going to be his time today, and it will not be the time on any of the other laps going forward. It's all bullshit. Really? Oh, it's all bullshit. It's a build-up to bullshit. As I see this, it's like the fucking Super Bowl. Why do you have to play so many games to decide which teams go? You're just building up to bullshit. There's no fairness in it. Really? Here's the fairness. If every team gets to play every team and that's how it works, then how come... I'm not even going to say it because it's going to piss Marshall off. Realistically, if the two best teams happen to be in the same fucking league, then how come they aren't the teams that go to the Super Bowl? And that goes back to politics. Why are our best competitors one of each team? Realistically, yeah, it's all bullshit, bro. It's not fair and equal. No, if we've got the best two running leaders that happen to be both Democrats, but that's where it is it's supposed to be equality. But that's where it's not. It's like you don't even qualify to be in this race, but we have to let you in. And that goes back to what happened with, who was it? It was fucking Trump and fucking, that's how he got here. It was Trump and fucking that chick. It was, everybody had to choose of the two of the less evils. You had to make a choice. It didn't matter if you didn't believe in this bitch. You had to stand behind your party in hopes that they wouldn't win. And some people have to actually, you know what I mean, have to realize they got a better candidate. They have a better, you know what I mean, they have a better chance of us having a better country. We might have to surrender to the, to the other side and let them take control this year because we don't have the right leadership. We don't have the right team. We don't have the right players. We don't have the right cabinet. We don't have the right, you know what I mean? Who has been presented as our presidential, possibilities are just not, they're not good for us. They're not good for our country. Really? You change your political beliefs when you start thinking bigger than your party, your communities. You start thinking about the country. The country means more than a color. Are you red or are you blue? Are you black or are you white? Are you north or are you south? Are you east or are you west? The bigger picture isn't one side or the other. It's bringing both together. Our country is a thing. Whatever. Anyways, just going back to that. Like, there's democratic states. That doesn't mean Republicans don't live in there. That just means they have no voice. This is primarily democratic. Okay, well, I lived in the South, and not every one of them they're Trump supporters, but they don't all think like him. They don't all think like him. They support him because they're loyal to their patriotism, to their party. Really? Party on, Bill. Party on, Ted. Really? Yeah. I don't know where all that came on. Reverse. The intensity of the situation leaves you feeling as though you've been knocked down. You may feel out of control in a number of ways. Gather your courage and confront the imbalance. Pick up yourself and take control of the situation and regain balance in your life. That's what we were talking about. I don't know. If God's fucking you up, then realize what he's doing. If he won't let you stand up, then kneel. Really? If it can't work, then stop trying to make it work. Surrender. Really? To the unseen, to the powers that may be. Or try to control everything. Try to plan out every detail of your day and see if that doesn't stress you out and piss you off because you can't make things go the way you want to. I don't make shit happen. I just go with what's happening. And then I'm happy that it was easy. Life still is life. Nobody has an easy life. It just is peaceful through the ride. Really? Some people just have a better attitude, and that's all you can hope for. Doesn't mean bad things don't happen to good people. They just have a better attitude of how to overcome it. That's all that means. And that alone gives them the upper end, the higher ground. They are the bigger person. The high tide right there means, you're getting pulled out. And that's what we said too. It's exactly how I described it. It was pulling out the old you to push in new you. Really? That's the universe. That's the world card. Deal with that. Hey, good luck to you and your stormy days. Me, I'm gonna Netflix and chill. There's got to be some good documentaries of past events that are inspiring. Try to stay away from the refrigerator. Love yous. Laters. Bye bye now. Oops. 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 Oh, my stomach.